To create our project today, we are going to be making a chameleon of our own. So we're going to start about halfway up the page because I want to leave some space underneath to draw what our chameleon will be standing on. The very first shape I'm going to draw is a large L. This is going to be for his head. And then I'm just going to connect from here down to here with a curved line. It's going to curve and then meet this line. So there's our little chameleon's face. And then to make his body, I'm going to start at the bottom here, where his neck is, and I'm just going to draw a straight line over. And you can see that it's longer than what the head was. It doesn't need to be exact, just longer than that head. And then right at the top of his head, I'm going to follow that line down just a little bit. And I'm going to stop on this line right here. I'm going to then make a large sort of rainbow shape, a curved line down like this. And it's going to come toward the end of this line right here. For our chameleon, I'm not going to make it touch, so I'm actually going to stop right about here because I want to make his tail curl. So at this point, I'm going to start to go back up and do a little swirl. So I'm going to start to bend my line and then just do a slight swirl. We don't need too much, just like that. And then from the bottom line right here, I'm going to curl this around with this curl. And as I move forward, it's going to get closer and closer to this line. So I'm going to put this here and get closer and closer and closer until it touches at the very end. So now our chameleon has this curled tail. If you really struggle with that curled tail, you don't have to worry about it too much. You can just make a straight tail at the end also. And then I want to give him some legs. So on a chameleon, the front two legs, they sort of face forward here. So I'm going to come here under his head, and I'm just going to do a zigzag line like this. And then I'm going to do another line like that right afterward, like that. And then at the end of this, I just like to do, it almost looks like a Lego hand a little bit, where I have that one hand and the other finger, and then that's what I have. I'm going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to do my zigzag line that curves sort of backward here, and then forward, and then another line right next to it. And then I have these two together. Now for the back legs, they're actually going to go the opposite direction. So it's almost like they point towards each other where they bend. So this time I'm going to go here, come forward and back. Forward and back. So they're right next to each other. And again, I'm going to have that sort of Lego hand thing. If you struggle with that, then just do, it looks almost like two fingers sticking out. I'm going to do the same thing one more time. And then our last step to our chameleon is just making that eye. So I like to put it next to the back of the head right here. So here's my big circle. And the cool thing about a chameleon is that they can look anywhere. You can make them looking up, down, backwards, whichever direction you want. I think mine might be looking up like this. Now, I've got my chameleon, but part of this project is to make our chameleon have a color of his own. So I want you to pick something to draw underneath your chameleon so that your chameleon will change to that color. So for mine, I might do some pepperoni pizza. Maybe he's standing on that right here. So I'm going to go behind his legs, make it look like he's standing right on top of it. It's going to be a big slice of pizza. Then I'm going to make a diagonal line down. And I can do sort of a wavy line because pizza, as we know, are not going to be perfect straight lines. Okay, and then I'm actually going to go here to make it a little bit more three-dimensional. Bring a line down. And then I'm going to draw a line that goes the same direction as this. So it's going to go right next to it. And then I'm going to connect these two with a sort of curved line. here at the end, I'm going to do this oval that connects these two lines right here. So oval. And then I get to finish my crust. So I'm going to draw another line that comes back up this way. And it's going to follow the same curve as this. And then I'm just going to connect these two lines with another curved line. And then I'm going to add my pepperoni. So that when I color my chameleon, I'm going to use the exact same colors that I used on my pizza. So I might have some red circles for the pepperoni, and then I might have some whitish yellow marks for the cheese. And then of course, when you finish with drawing your chameleon, make sure that you outline it with marker, just so that we can see it a little bit more clearly when we share, and then color it in neatly. What will your chameleon look like?